do we transfer from small talk to more deeper conversation? How should someone learn about comedy? And also we have another huge announcement. Konnichiwa, good afternoon, what's up? It's RUPA sensei here, and I'm back with the legend himself, Nick兄さん. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
Fantastic.
Look at this strong shake. This guy has a grip.
The grip, it's very important,
You
very
have a
important.
good grip, man.
Try my best.
Yeah.
How you been?
Pretty good, how about you?
I'm doing fantastic. Life is great.
Yeah, man.
And that is the topic of today.
Okay.
Leveling up.
Yeah.
Leveling up.
Leveling up as a human.
Yeah, exactly.
It's important.
So first I want to talk a little bit about social dynamics.
Okay.
Like we talked about in last video.
Yeah.
And communication skills. 自分のコミュニケーション力を磨き方ね。
Yeah.
So, Nick, what would you say is some good advice for someone who has got that basic level of speaking down, but they want to be able to communicate with foreigners well?
Okay.
What's some good tips?
Well, this is what I always say. I say this to people who are going to start working in a company in America or in Australia, but this applies to everybody. When people say, let's go out to dinner, you always go out to dinner every single time.
Interesting.
That's where you learn the best social dynamics.
Yeah.
By going out to dinner with Americans or Australians.
Yeah.
Because that's when everybody kind of opens up and you talk,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it's really important to go out with people. And if you just have, the English knowledge and you're not using it, it's a total, it's a waste. Getting good at social dynamics, the first is to dissect or analyze by, maybe looking at movies, or you could look at Chads.
Yeah.
We have courses on social dynamics, but the most important thing is to actually go out and make mistakes until you kind of get down how to communicate with people.
Exactly, yeah. So just like we said last time, have a role model.
Yes.
Such as Friends the drama, great cafe scenes, How I Met Your Mother, great bar scenes. And then you have to go out there and do it yourself. Be like Jim Carrey in Yes Man.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah. So if you actively go out and try to meet new people and make new friends, you're just going to get better at meeting people. There's no way that you can't.
Yeah.
It's impossible. The only way you can't get better is if you don't do it.
Yeah, when I was a young man here, in my first time here in Japan 7 years ago, I would just say yes to everything. People are having a party? Yeah. People want to have dinner with me? Yeah. People want to go out to the park, ride bikes and skateboards? Yeah, let's go. Just say yes. Expose yourself to those opportunities, and then you're going to get more opportunities.
Well, even with me, I'm in a Japanese comedy company, and I was with Japanese senpai and kohai, who are my comedian senpai. And I'm still not like a Japanese person, but I still got good enough. You don't have to become like an American or become like an Australian. You're still Japanese yourself, but you learn how to navigate in these social situations.
Yeah.
And you use your Japanese-ness too, because that's part of your identity, right?
Yeah, that's such a good point. And I'm so glad you say that, because a lot of the times we talk about, changing your pronunciation, changing your accent, but that's okay. You can still have your identity. That's a beautiful thing to have your own identity. Where you're from, and then represent that.
Exactly.
And also people are very interested in where you're from. And it's a great conversation topic.
Yeah, but as I said, if you never go out, you're never going to get better, and you'll never be able to use the English skills that you learned.
Yeah,
you know
fantastic.
What I mean?
All right, so going into the next topic, it's actually quite related, is what are some great conversation topics for people to talk about when they, start to make new friends and that? Because a lot of people struggle with this. They talk about the weather and that last 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And they say, oh, how has your job been? Not bad, but how do we transfer from small talk to more deeper conversation?
Well, let me just start with the small talk. I'll give you 3 examples of people who spoke to me and how it ended up becoming a conversation.
Yeah.
The first one was in America. I was walking down the street, and you got to be careful of this, because humor is a very delicate and intricate part of English. But a guy said, hey, I like your shoes. Do they have them in men's sizes? その joke ね。
Yeah, sarcasm, right?
Sarcasm. So I laughed and I was like, yeah, very funny, mister, what I mean? And then we started talking. So he opened up the conversation by making me laugh. I mean, I could have gotten angry.
Yeah.
But humor's one way to open up a conversation. Another one is I was at Hub in Shibuya.
Okay.
And I'm in the bathroom, and some Japanese guy had just left the toilet, and I was like, "Ah, arigatou gozaimasu. Hai, wakarimashita." He said something to me, and I spoke back to him in Japanese. And some English guys, "Look at this guy here speaking perfect Japanese," like kind of, joking around about my Japanese.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "How long have you been here?" And then we started the conversation. So that was kind of it was a observational intro.
Yeah, where you talk about something that happens around you.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
be like, oh, wow, check out that guy's amazing shoes.
Yeah, exactly. Another one is just a compliment. Man,
Exactly.
I like that shirt. Where'd you get that?
Thailand, man.
Yeah.
Custom made.
Yeah,
Jack the Tailor.
Compliments are always one of the best ways to start a conversation.
Everyone loves to be complimented.
Yes, everyone loves to be complimented. But then the key is to how do you keep the conversation going?
Yes.
それはどうやってやるか?
Yeah, どうやってするの?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the hard part. But, you'd say, nice shirt. Oh, you were in Thailand? Well, actually, the best way to keep the conversation going is to be curious in general.
Exactly.
If you're asking people questions, you always want to hear more, if you want to hear what they have to say, they love to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
So you have to dig out all of the information. So, wait, you were in Thailand? What were you doing in Thailand?
I was just there for a bit of a trip, I was traveled around all Bangkok, Chiang Mai,
Was this
islands.
like a week or was this a month or?
Actually, 3 months.
Really? So you were
Yeah.
kind of living in Thailand. It wasn't really just a trip.
Yeah, I'm a nomad, so I can do those
Okay.
kind of things.
Really? What do you do for work? And then you just keep
Yes.
asking questions.
Yeah.
And you can do this to make friends or to meet a significant other, like
Exactly.
a boy or a girl. You just
Yeah.
keep asking questions.
We call it linking the conversation.
Yeah.
Conversation linking. So when you ask them the basic question, like, oh, what do you do for work? You go into more detail. Oh,
Yeah.
how long have you been doing that? Oh, is that only in Japan or do you work overseas as well? Wow. And then when you travel, do you travel with your family or just solo?
You just keep. Can I give advice? This isn't about English, but one of the most famous comedians in Japan, I don't want to say his name,
Okay.
but he told me to always have a good memory. Because if you
Right.
have a good memory of what someone said before, you could say it back again later.
Yeah.
And, and that's where humor comes from. You see something walking down the street and you're like, oh, that's funny. A normal person forgets about it,
Yeah.
but the comedian remembers it or writes it down.
Exactly. That's a really good point. And there's actually a great book that says that point, and it's How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Great book.
Yeah, 日本語名は人を動かす.
Yes.
Yeah, and they say, remember the person's name, obviously,
Yeah.
and also remember what they like, what they're passionate about. Because people love to talk about their passions.
Well, I think the best way to do this is to actually show them. Let's do a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
This is like a little crash. We talk about this in chats too, but
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So you're living in Thailand. So you said you're a nomad. So traveling is like your thing.
Exactly, yeah. Love traveling and working same
Well,
time.
then I'm assuming that you're not working at a company, because if you're working at a company, you wouldn't be able to travel, right?
No, actually, I run a YouTube channel.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So I'm talking to a famous person now.
I try my best.
Can I ask
you
for
know?
your audience? So ちょっとだけヒューマンを入れる.
Yeah.
Okay, so what type of channel do you do?
It's actually all about English teaching, also confidence, just being a better version of yourself.
Like, who are you teaching English to? Is it like...
Actually, all people in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so crazy story, but I used to live in Japan.
Okay.
I'm living there now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your audience are Japanese people?
That's right.
I mean, are you speaking in English or are you speaking in Japanese?
Both. I try my best,
わかる。もう普通に俺もう全部知ってるけど、
Yeah.
興味がないともう本当に会話にならないから。
Yes.
That's actually probably the biggest problem with Japanese.
Right.
And it's not because Japanese people aren't curious, it's because they're afraid to ask a question that might be personal.
Right. I've noticed that too.
Yeah. It's okay to, don't ask like,
How much do you make? Or,
how much
like,
you make or what political party do you
Yeah.
like. But you just ask about them. They'll give you the hints and then you work off the hints.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a real skill and I've just learned it because I do YouTube
Exactly.
and I do comedy and you're interviewing people all the time.
Yeah. I learned it as a door-to-door salesman,
Yeah.
Exactly. And yeah, so to summarize, the two main points from today is conversation linking to get to deeper conversations, and then finding what they're passionate about. And third one, bonus one, just be curious,
Yeah,
be
be
engaging,
curious.
wow, interesting.
sprinkle in a couple jokes maybe.
Yeah. Try your best.
Yeah.
And I guess it's a great opportunity to ask a comedian here in Japan.
Yeah.
How should someone learn about comedy?
You have to find things that are funny to you.
Yeah.
Because usually if something's kind of funny to you, it probably is going to be funny to somebody else.
Yeah.
But there's a big problem. If you're not finding anything funny in life, I think you need to switch your lifestyle to make it so you can find some beautiful things or funny things, because too many people go through life too serious.
Negative, serious.
You'll
Debbie
go to,
Downer, we say.
Well, you'll go to a restaurant, you'll see a couple, both of them on their phones, like,
Dining doom.
Yeah. So I think this is actually a really good video because we got to show them kind of what type of. I mean, we didn't rehearse that at all.
Yeah. No scripts, we just roll videos off the bat with RUPA Sensei. Yeah. So wait, great video. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, man.
Such a great example.
And as I said, you can check out Chad's if you want to.
Yeah. So Nick Nisan has made this great course. I've become an ambassador for it, and I 100% recommend it because so many people have been enjoying it.
Yeah, man.
And even I was at the seminar the other day, and someone used the course.
Oh,
and
that's
they
awesome.
said
That makes me really happy.
Yeah, they learned so much, and their English is also,
great.
I've noticed great improvements.
Yeah. So we want your English to get good, but we also want you to be able to communicate at work, at a bar, on a trip. You want to make friends.
It's fine, yeah. And also we have another huge announcement. This is for all the gentlemen out there. If you're interested in these kind of topics, if you're interested in leveling up your life, becoming the greatest version of yourself, doing all the kakikuke course. Do you want to do a quick summary of those?
金、筋肉、食い物に気をつける、ダイエットする。K は喧嘩をするんじゃなくて、自分を守れるようになる。で、最後はコミュニケーションをマスターする。
Yeah, so we're teaching all of these in a brand new YouTube channel. By yours truly, Nick Nisan, and I, RUPA Sensei, are teaching all the gentlemen in Japan how to level up and become 強い男.
It's called 男塾.
Yes, Nick and RUPA no Otoko Juku. And we've just released 3 videos. So guys, go check them out. Subscribe to the channel. You'll learn a lot. You will learn a lot.
Thanks for having me on, brother.
Bro, always a pleasure.
Look at this grip. That's another important thing. We can talk about it another time. All right.
For Otoko Juku. Yeah.
Later, guys.
All right, guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, do your best with your English studies. Peace out, guys.
Bye.